All right, family. Peace, greetings. Welcome to another edition of Baba TV Every Time Fire. And it's my absolute privilege to be in the company of this esteemed elder, brother who sat in the classroom with Malcolm X, Father Allah, Minister Farrakhan. He's no stranger to any of our greats. You know, the Honorable been on Netflix, and he didn't call them, they called him to be on Netflix. Something this elder knows, something that's in his head that Netflix would try to come and pick his brain. Our brother, our elder, our strong warrior, the Honorable Melchisedek, Supreme Shabazz Allah, Universal High Priest of the Nation of Islam on earth and in the universe. And Melchisedek always has a very important message to bring. I don't guide elders what to say. I just put them on and get the hell out the way. They know well more than I do what to say, the time, what must be done. But I will say this. I want to apologize to the family. I'm not, I don't have my bow tie and stuff on today. I just came from the street. So I didn't, have time to gather myself and stuff like that. But I'm clean. I make sure I wash. I'm clean and neat. And I just want to show off a little bit, Mel. Look at what the brothers and sisters gave me, well, Brother Shango, while I was in Buffalo. It's a cowrie shell. I haven't even seen this in New York City. A cowrie shell necklace with the eye of Heru on there with the it's got a stone in it that's also blue. It's like a turquoise blue. Shout out to Shango. This is worth $100 worth of gas that I spent to go. It's worth more. Just the thanks and the love that I always get from Buffalo. And I had to tell one young brother who got in my comments, I usually ignore it, saying something smart, that I've been sick with COVID. And he said, brother, I'm trying to help you get some footage for yourself. Baba is not concerned with getting, and Melchisedek will tell you this, I'm not concerned with getting footage for myself. As you all know, I don't have a monetized page. I do Uber and I'm driving Miss Daisy. You call me what you want, but that's how I make my money. I do this as a labor of love. I didn't even want to go, but I know it's my job and duty to go there and be with my people on the ground. And so that's what I did. I wasn't, feeling well at all. So I was kind of hot. You know how you get sometimes when you're not feeling the best. And I slipped and kind of blasted him a little bit. So, brother, I didn't mean any harm by that, but never misrepresent where Baba is coming from. It's a labor of love. And anybody who have a problem with that, get your raggedy butt up off the couch and come to Buffalo and do the job. If you think you can communicate and because I'm not the best, but if you think you can do a better job, don't sit back and run your damn mouth pontificating like you got the damn answer to everything. Then get on up and do it. And I step to the side. But until then, I'm up here in my territory, and I have a right to go there and deal with my people. And that's exactly what I did. Shout out to my attorney, the Honorable Dr. Malik, in general, and chairman of the New Black Panther Party, Malik Zulu Shabazz, who first turned me on back in 90, I want to say, in Washington, D.C., to all of the great scholars, teachers, and elders, most of them anyway, as he brought them to Howard University. Really, my shout and my loyalty should be, and my virtue should be to that brother right there, because if it wasn't for me following him around at Howard University, going to all of the shows, I probably, or excuse me, not the shows, but the speaking and the lectures, I probably wouldn't have ever, probably even had the gumption to even come to New York City, where a lot of the information is. So shout out to Dr. and attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, my longtime comrade and friend. And, Baba prefers to deal with the elders. The younger ones, sometimes we so, filled with ego and, self-centeredness that, we don't, that tends to blurt out all the information that you got because we so damn arrogant with what we know till we tend to drive people away. So I was blessed, and I've always gravitated to the elders and people like Melchisedek. Ever since I came to 125th Street, I always would prefer to be with the elders and drink in the wisdom that they have to offer. So I've ran my mouth enough, and I want to turn it over to my elder, the Honorable Melchisedek, Supreme Shabazz Allah, Universal High Priest of the Nation of Islam on earth and in the universe. Receive him, family. Receive him. Go ahead, Mel. Teach.
Assalamu alaikum. As the brothers say, to all those that know and those who don't know, I be Melchisedek, Supreme Shabazz Allah, Universal High Priest of the Nation of Islam on earth and in the universe. I am a devout follower of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, my spiritual father, and I repeat what he said, not what somebody else said, what he said. And his teachings of what he said, I repeat to the best of my ability, word for word, right and exact. I don't add to it. I don't take away from it, just like he said it, because he made it plain more than once. Leave my teaching as it is. And if anybody got teachings other than his, just put your name on it, but don't use his name like it came from him when you know it didn't. Okay? Now, I want to show my respects to Malcolm Shabazz, okay? Malcolm Shabazz, under the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then I'm going to just stick around, don't go nowhere, because I'm going to Buffalo. But I got to pay my respects to Malcolm Shabazz and also Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Now, a lot of y'all out there, I noticed, is saying that different understandings or different things that say pertain to Malcolm. My question is to you. Did you know Malcolm? Was you with Malcolm? Did you register in Temple number 7 under Malcolm? Was you a FOI under Malcolm and Captain Joseph? Okay. Did you walk with him? Did you talk with him? Was you in his company? Did you go to all his meetings? What do you know about Malcolm? Now, if you don't have that experience in relationship with Malcolm, why don't you just sit down, relax yourself, and stop trying to ride on Malcolm's reputation? Produce a legacy of your own. You can't ride on somebody else's legacy or come under somebody else's umbrella. Get your own umbrella, get your own legacy, show and prove what you are about. And the powerful is understanding that the messenger always made plain, just be yourself, okay? And if what you don't know, ask somebody, because there's always somebody available to explain to you what is right and what is wrong when it comes to Malcolm. Okay. Now, the reason Malcolm, I know you never mentioned the Malcolm experience. How was Malcolm that came inside a New York State penitentiary, New York State prison? Malcolm used to come in there sometime once a week or twice a week. It was Malcolm and Walter 5X, Bilal Shabazz Allah, Mahmoud Ramza. I mentioned this before in other interviews. It was those two brothers that established the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad in New York State Penitentiary. This is the actual fact, okay? Because Walter 5X, Bilal Shabazz Allah, Mahmoud Ramza was doing time. And that's where I met him. Well, I met him in Sing Sing. And then as we got shipped out to, we didn't have no communication in Sing Sing, but we got down to Green Haven State Prison. That's when we established a communication. But I want you to understand, it was Malcolm X that was established the teaching, him and Walter 5X, Bilal Shabazz Allah, Mahmoud Ramza. It was those two brothers that established the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad in Green Haven State Prison, and that's the actual fact. So anytime you want to speak on Malcolm, don't leave that out, okay? Because on the worldwide Netflix anyway. Because the whole history of Malcolm, Netflix has the whole history because they interviewed me for over 2 hours. They got the whole DVD lecture. I don't even have a copy because they did the recording at the Netflix studio, but they have the whole thing. So on Netflix, they just took out different parts that they wanted to put in the documentary, but they have the whole thing. So which means, and I signed contract. So that means they can excuse me a minute. Excuse me a minute. Yeah, well, I should have put that on. That's right. I'll just cut it off. So they got the whole thing that they can use at any given time to show and prove the good works of Malcolm. Okay, now Malcolm, under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, this is the Malcolm I'm talking about. Malcolm X Shabazz, under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. It was him that set up 46 temples. It was Malcolm that set up 46 universities. It was Malcolm that put together the Muhammad Speaks newspaper and gave it to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad as a gift. It was Malcolm, okay? And it was Malcolm that went to all the colleges, okay, and raised up all those militant college students, which was Huey Newton, Bobby Seals, the Satellite Brothers, Angela Davis, Rat Brown, Stokely Carmichael, you name it, Shara Shakur, I said Satellite Brothers, all those militants that was in college, all those college students, Malcolm was the one that raised all of them up. So let's just keep that up front. If you can speak the good works of Malcolm, do yourself a favor and keep your mouth shut because you can't wear Malcolm's shoes. You ain't got nobody out there yesterday, nobody out there today, and nobody out there tomorrow that can wear the shoes of Malcolm X. And I'm speaking about Malcolm X, who was taught and trained by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and there was no other FOI close to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad like Malcolm. Malcolm had access to go in and out the house anytime he chose to, okay, unannounced. Malcolm, okay? I just want y'all to understand the history, give you a history of the true understanding of Malcolm. I can speak on Malcolm for the last couple of hours, okay? And it was Malcolm that taught me. It was Malcolm that taught Clarence 13X. It was Malcolm that taught Minister Farrakhan. It was Malcolm that taught Minister Farrakhan and sent him to Boston to be first the captain, and then he became the minister. It was Malcolm with the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. So if you can speak the good of Malcolm, the good works of Malcolm, do yourself a favor and keep your mouth shut. And Malcolm's father was a Ghabiite, a black man. His father wasn't no white man. His father was a black man. Malcolm rose up out of prison. He didn't come behind closed doors like a mama's boy. Okay? He was in prison when he started communicating with his brother Philbert, who was down in Detroit, the minister in Detroit, and then Philbert introduced him to the messenger, and then he started communicating with the messenger, and then when he got out, he went and saw the messenger, and that's how he got started on his journey with the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Malcolm, that you ain't got a black man in America besides the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and besides Master W. Farrar Muhammad. You ain't got a black man in America yesterday and today that can shine Malcolm's shoes or kiss his feet. And that's the actual fact. Malcolm, under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Okay. Now I'm gonna give a bit of respect to and so happy birthday, Malcolm. I know I'm a little couple of days late, but you know, but Baba got so many or Baba was so busy with the what is it the other incident that took place up there in what's the place not Baltimore
Buffalo, Buffalo.
Buffalo. Buffalo. He had so many obligations, so many commitments to Buffalo because he's directly in tune with when they do the box. Okay, so that's the reason why we're a little late with this interview. Okay, I want you to understand that. Okay, now, Dr. Khalid, powerful black giant. Everybody know that. A black giant. And like I said before on one of my other interviews, Dr. Khalid didn't do nothing wrong. The one thing I can say about Dr. Khalid, and I was close to Dr. Khalid. I was close to Malcolm X. I was close to the father of Clarence 13 of the Gods and Earth Nation. Okay? And I was close to Dr. Khalid. Okay? So I'm talking about actual facts. Okay? Now, Dr. Khalid was a black giant. And it's one thing I love and respect about Dr. Abdul Khalid Muhammad, and y'all will bear me witness. He never told a lie. He always told us the truth. And y'all know that. So always have respect for Dr. Abdul Khalid Muhammad, a black giant. You say, well, Melchisedek, what's the problem? My problem, you want to know my personal problem? He was just too black. Because sometimes you got that light mentality going on in different organizations. That light. Because they don't understand that the black man is four colors to the blackness. You got the black, the brown, the red, and the yellow. We understand that. But we got some mentalities that think light is over black. How the hell light gonna be over black when they come from black, but they are the family of a member of the family of black? Stop being so stupid. People can see, people know, and people understand, and they can see discrimination, okay, in a fine midst that you think other people can't see. When you're in front of the world see everything. Ain't no hiding. There is no hiding. And sometimes in these different, I'm speaking of all organizations, so don't get caught up with that spooky Christian-minded mentality. I'm talking about somebody in particular. All organizations got it. You got it right there in Mecca, discrimination. You got there in Mecca, you got it in every organization or nation on earth. You got discrimination in a fine mist that they think the naked eye cannot detect. And in my opinion, Khalid's problem was he's too black with the truth. Okay? And this is nothing personal to nobody. I'm talking to everybody. And I got freedom of speech to speak and show and prove and make knowledge born according to my understanding. Because I am Melchisedek Supreme Shabazz Allah, whether you like it or not. I've been there for the last 62 years. Ain't gonna continue being there because I ain't going nowhere. So get used to Melchisedek Supreme Shabazz Allah. The freedom of speech, the freedom of knowledge, the freedom of wisdom, and the freedom of understanding. Okay? All right. Now let's go to Buffalo. The messenger taught for 44 years, non-stop. He taught Yaku history over and over and over. And he made it plain. You go to his lectures, and the main one he did was 1973. He says the white man is the devil. Okay? The devil by nature, made to be destroyed and not to be given another chance. If you are devil by nature, not to be destroyed and not to be given another chance, then just because you smile and shake hands Monday, that don't mean the devil was not going to come out you Tuesday. Khalid, you said, yeah, some of these Negroes, I got white friends. You got white friends until a certain situation arouses. And then you'll find that your white friend will hang you up on a tree or burn you in the stake or burn down your house. You understand? Okay. Now, in Buffalo, that little white boy, they say he was there the day before, right outside the supermarket, questioning people or asking people questions as they was going in. Well, how can a little white boy be outside the supermarket in a black community and black people coming in and out and nobody questioned the reason why he's there? You understand? Okay. Now, that little white devil, he performed premeditated murder. Planned, calculated, schemed, premeditated murder. Okay? And that mental sickness that he had, he was raised, for him to be only 18 years old, that he was raised in a programmed racial discriminating atmosphere in his household from his parents, mother or father or mother, whichever, and also other people that he might have came in contact with in the community. So that's where it all built up at. The hatred, the nigger this, the nigger that, the black this, the black that, all that built up in him over the 18 years. And when you under that kind of atmosphere, or coming under that that kind of atmosphere, coming in your household from your mother and your father, you understand, for 18 years. By the time you get 18 years old, you are a monster. You are a little Frankenstein, a little white Frankenstein, and your whole purpose in life is to murder as many as you can black people. Be man or woman, be young or old, be well or sick, you don't care. All you want to do is murder black people. At 18 years old, the guns, the weapons he had, where did he get the weapons? They say he bought it, I think Las Vegas or Wilmington, New York. That's a racial, another thing, Wilmington, New York is a racial area anyway. Very racial up there, because a small minority of blacks and the majority is white. Okay, because I know brothers that lived there, went to school, college there, and relocated from there down in Georgia. So I got a little understanding of Wilmington, New York. So now my point is, and then other people that was being interviewed by Baba, and thanks for Baba TV Every Time Fire, because he took the time, and he wasn't even feeling well, but he did take the time to go to Buffalo to get all the footage he can to bring to your attention and put on his page. Is on YouTube on Baba TV Every Time Fire page. He took it upon himself to do that at his own expenses. Okay. And the people that he interviewed, one gentleman was saying that when he saw the racists, the terrorists, you could say terrorists, racists, the same thing. He knew he wasn't supposed to be there. His inner feeling told him something was wrong with this devil, that he was up to something, because he was not supposed to be there. Okay. So then he went across the street, he talked to other people, whatever, okay, until he made up his mind to make his move to go in the supermarket and start murdering. This is cold-blooded, premeditated murder. Because you're going to have all these other white crackers, all these white devils going to try and say, oh, a mental thing, unstable, all these kind of stuff. No, it was cold-blooded, calculated, premeditated murder. Keep that just like that. Now, and the reason why he's such a little coward, uh, he passed a lot of communities before he got to Buffalo. But the reason why he felt a little comfortable in Buffalo, because Buffalo is a little relaxed. The average person there, the black person, they honest church-going people. They go to work. Their thing is to go to work, have respect for each other, go to church. You understand what I'm trying to say? And whatever little social affairs they have within the community. In other words, living a peaceful, humble, submissive life, and with the love for everybody, but not love for everybody, but not understanding that everybody don't love them. So he felt comfortable there that he could do that, is shoot as many black people as he possibly can, murder many black people as he possibly can. Now, hold it right there. From my understanding, you only have one supermarket there. I'm coming right back to that. But I got to put this other thing in there also, because these preachers, you ain't getting off no hook here. Okay? Because the preachers in that area, in Buffalo, I'm here to tell you to your face, you're liars, you're hypocrites, and you're 10% blood suckers. Okay? And that Bible that you read, you need to take that Bible and stick it up your rectum. That's how much of a hypocrite and a low-life garbage can dog you are. Because you're going to mean to tell me over the years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, the money that you was blood-sucking from them poor, hard-working, innocent people in Buffalo, you mean to tell me you couldn't take that contribution, that no donations, and charity and set up a supermarket where they wouldn't have to depend on one supermarket? Where's the money? Every week you begging and begging and begging. And now just go for all your other preachers out there and ministers and so forth. Every week you're begging and begging and begging. Wherever there's a church, why isn't there a supermarket with the congregation's money? Why isn't there a daycare center with the congregation's money? Why aren't there a shelter for the homeless? Why aren't there a senior citizens center? Why aren't there affordable houses? What have you established? You preachers in Buffalo, what have you established in there for the poor people that you've been blood sucking under the heading of charity, donations, contributions, and offerings? You can set up a supermarket, no daycare center, so the women can further their education and have a decent and get a position and can continue education and work at their profession and have a decent place for their children without them being molested in all these other areas that's taking place. That's greatly needed in everywhere there's a church, everywhere there's a mosque or a temple, any kind of house of worship. Why isn't there a daycare center? Why isn't there an educational center? Why isn't there a nursing home? Why isn't there a supermarket? Why isn't there a barbershop, a beauty salon, whatever? The needs of the community. Why you lying, two-faced religious niggers? Why don't you make this available for the people in the community that you got your religious establishment with the money that you blood sucked them from over the years? You got your big house. You got your Mercedes, your Rolls Royce, your big car. You're traveling here and you're traveling there, and all you got to do is tell them about Jesus and show them a Bible. And you all know Jesus didn't have the man you're talking about. That Jesus 2,000 years ago was naked, hungry, and outdoors. He didn't have nothing. The only thing he had was a pair of sandals that somebody gave him, a nightgown somebody gave him, a donkey somebody gave him, and just running through the mountains, going here, going there, going there. Not every door he knocked on, feed me. He wanted something to eat. But you still teaching that foolishness in the 2,000 years ago. You still teaching that foolishness to these people in 2022. So you playing a major role in keeping them asleep and keeping them away from reality with a Bible and the name Jesus, so you can live in luxury like a 10% blood sucker. And the reason why you're able to live like a 10% blood sucker of poor people, because you're robbing them continuously with a Bible and the name Jesus, you understand, of the charity, donations, and contributions. I blame you. I blame you. Because if you was teaching the reality of God, if you was teaching true prophecy, the people wouldn't be asleep. They wouldn't be hoodwinked. You understand? And they wouldn't be sleeping, and they would have been more wide awake and more alert than they were. And the gentleman that Baba was interviewing, who knew, he felt it, he said it. He just knew that little white devil wasn't supposed to be there. He knew it. He felt it by being caught up with that Bible philosophy and the name Jesus. He didn't react like he would have reacted if he had the knowledge of God. You understand? And the reason why that little white devil was able to do that, because there was no wide awake black man there. If a Black Panther had been there, that little white boy, trust me, I won't even repeat what took place. If a FOI under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad had been there with the understanding of the teachers, that would have never happened. All those innocent people, plain, honest, and innocent people who just want to go to work, take care of their families, come home, and live a good, peaceful life, they would have still been here today. And the elderly woman who had just left her husband, who's in the nursing home, who just stopped by to do some groceries, if you 10% blood-sucking preachers had another supermarket owned and operated by the people, she probably wouldn't have been in that supermarket. She probably would have been in the other one. But because you're always neglecting what needs to be done in the Black community, because you're about loving, luxurious living for yourself and your outside whores that were made in America, that you don't care nothing about the people. And that's why you always keep that Bible in their face. The Bible in their face. And I tell all you damn preachers and all y'all out there with that Bible, all of y'all, you need it. Your congregation, when you go to them churches, you need to tell them to take them Bibles and stick up their rectum and put up daycare centers, educational centers, recreational centers, affordable houses, everything that the community needs, YMCA, PALs, everything that the community needs, you demand from them 10% blood-sucking religious leaders. That's what you want in your community to be started immediately with your money. Remember, your money that you've been giving them for all these 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And you mean tell me it's 5, 10, 15, 20 years, or they got to show you as a Bible that King James wrote? That's all they got to show you. The same Bible that they preaching out of, that's the same Bible that the slave master gave him when we was on the plantation. Where did the Bible come from? From your slave master. When you was on the plantation, you couldn't read. If you was caught reading or writing, they killed you. You know that. So where did the Bible come from? You couldn't read, you couldn't write, and if you're caught trying to read, they hung you. So where the Bible? It came from your slave master. Now, and the preacher is using that same Bible to keep you in slavery. On the plantation, it was physical slavery. Now, in 2022, it's mental slavery. But it's the same thing because it's still blood sucking you for your charity, donations, contributions, and ain't got nothing to show you but a Bible and a white Jesus. Time to wake up. Buffalo will never be the same. But the Black Panthers is there now with boots on the ground. Okay. And the chief, Malik Zulu Shabazz, he'll be there, I think it's June 4th. He's coming. And it's going to be a Black Panther chapter established in Buffalo, New York. And all you FOIs out there, the FOIs, who's under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, get back on your post and stay on your post until you properly relieve. And nobody can relieve you from your post but Almighty God Allah, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad and his last great and only messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Get on your post and stay on your post. FOI under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it. Just like he said it, we be the FOI until we die. Get it. Get it in your head and keep it there. And anytime you want to know what you need to be a FOI until you die under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, just study the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You got the lessons. You got your supreme wisdom. You ain't got to go on my website and make copies. Universal Supreme ShabazarLaw.com. Universal Supreme ShabazarLaw.com. Go there and get those lessons. And when you study them lessons from Master W.D. Farad Muhammad that he gave to his last and greatest and only messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, you study the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it, just like he said it. And you got everything you need to be fearless. And you can walk, talk, and walk and carry into practice works, actions, and deeds. The word of God, who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. And there is no fear. Fear is afraid of you. Fear is afraid of you. There ain't no such thing as fear when you follow the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, word for word and right and exact. Now back to that little white devil. I don't care if he's 5 years old. He should be executed. The gas chamber, the electric chair, a barrel of gasoline, and just put him in there and strike the damn match. You don't need no trial. You don't need 6 months to make your mind what to do with him. Why taxpayers got to support him? Feed him, clothe him, shelter him, and pay somebody to watch him for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Why that money got to go wasted? When you know what he did, he admit what he did. Everything is there, all the weapons, everything. He stood right there. So now why you got to go through all this here back and forth bureaucracy about what to do with him? It ain't but one thing to do with him. Do the same thing to him that he did to those 11 people that he shot. Do the same thing that to him, what he did to those innocent people that he shot in the supermarket. That's all. You ain't got to you don't need no doctor's degree to figure that out. Look at these innocent people. Going for nothing over one little white snake of the grafted type. And the messenger taught you about the little white, the snake of the grafted type. Go read your lessons. Lost found Muslims, that's number 1. Question and answer number 10. When do y'all read that? You don't even read that. You're so busy got your face stuck in the damn Quran that you don't even read the lessons no more. Head you down on your hands and knees with desert rats that you call Arabs who's selling you alcohol, pork, tobacco, drugs, everything in your community, and you down your hands and knees praying with him and saying salam alaikum to him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Melchizedek, I really hate to interrupt you, but could we get a little bit of light, sir? A lamp in front of you, a little bit of light. The light, it seems to be getting dim.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. It's beautiful now, Melchizedek.
You got it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now where was I? Let me get a little water. I drink out the crescent. I drink out crescent cups. Okay, what was my point? Okay. We have to face reality. And the reality that we are not facing completely and is being tarnished down a little bit by lack of understanding individuals that the black man is God. And this is the day of the Lord. And we have to carry into practice the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it, just like he said it. And the only way that we can bring satisfaction to Buffalo and the people that we are lost, our family members, those are our family members, all of our family members, look at it that way, is for him to be executed as soon as possible. The system that they call justice for all, the system, he should be executed as soon as possible. Lawyers is not necessary. Trials is not necessary. Juries is not necessary. None of that's necessary. The only thing that's necessary at this point is the execution. He must pay with his life for what he did. You have to set an example. Okay? So those other ones, racists, because you ain't the only one that think like that. You got a whole lot of white youth out there thinking like that. So you have to set an example that you can't murder people and then go to a mental institution for 6 months or a year, take a test, which consists of nothing, and you're back out in the street in good behavior or parole or probation. It has to set an example. Okay? He must pay with his life for what he did. You murdered, now you should be murdered by the system. Okay? Under the heading of justice. Nobody is above the law. Okay? Immediately. You don't need no trial. You don't need no jury. You don't need no lawyers. You don't need all that wasted expense. The money you want to waste in that, go build a supermarket. Okay? And all you family members that lost biological members of your family. Don't leave out lawsuit. You take it all the way to the bridge. Okay? And don't have no preachers in charge with the Bible and Jesus if you want to get paid. Okay? That's what made the George Floyd situation so successful. It was no leaders. Because sometimes these so-called leaders, they come with a bucket of water to put the fire out. Because all they want is a buttered biscuit and a cup of tea. And then when it's all over, they find out there's no butter in the biscuit and there's no sugar in the tea. Okay? Putting on top shelf lawsuits. Every member, everyone that passed, those 13, even the ones that just injured, you put in big time lawsuits. And the money from the lawsuits, you build a supermarket in your community. You build a daycare center. You build a senior citizen center. You build a laundry mat. You build a barber shop, a barber saloon, and a beauty salon, and whatever, affordable houses. Whatever you need, all the needs of your community, that money should go in that direction to establish your own community, like the messenger said. Do for self. In Buffalo, you ain't got to do nothing. Don't worry about nobody else. You focus on Buffalo. And that's where a lot of us make mistakes. We always look out for somebody else. No, you look out for the area where you are. You in Buffalo, focus on Buffalo. And when you go to church, okay, you make sure you tell that preacher, that lying preacher, the contributions that we've been giving you over the years, and we don't see where you did anything. We want that money so we can put up a supermarket or a daycare center or a senior citizen center in our community or a recreational center for the young generation. So when they come out of school, they can release their energy in recreation. It's just that simple. Just that simple. And that supermarket got to be held responsible. Because everything, they died there. So they got to pay. And all the expenses. I heard that, I think what Brother Coleman said, the men out now shopping volunteer to cover all the expenses. Excellent. I respect that. And the supermarket volunteer all expenses. Fine. I respect that. Now, after all the expenses is covered, then go to wherever they lived at and make sure all their upkeep is covered. If they rent up the part, their light, their gas, they whatever. All their household expenses should be covered, being that you got assistance from our shopping organization and the supermarket. So you put that together and go after all the funeral services is over, and you organ players don't be charging nobody to play no damn organ. Okay? If you can't come and donate your services free, stay the hell home. And don't come blood-sucking, begging for organs, $200, $300, $400 for you to sit down and play two sad songs. Okay, two sad songs for what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? No. Whoever want to pass the ceremony, whoever want to do the eulogy, whatever, don't look for no money. All services is free. All expenses is on Al Sharpton, being that he offered, and the supermarket, being that they offered. Cover all the expenses, and after all the expenses for the services is over, and everybody's put away comfortably, now you're going to go to the locations where they live and make sure all their upkeep is taken care of. That's how you do it. Bloodsuckers. That's how you do it. You don't ask the congregation for nothing. You don't ask the family members for nothing. Everything is on Al Sharpton and the supermarket. And after that, then you call in the lawyer, top shelf lawyer, and see what is your grounds that you have that can bring for the lawsuit, because those family members is not coming back. And every year for their birthday, every year, whatever holiday that y'all celebrate together, whatever family reunions and family gatherings, every year you're gonna be remembering the loss of your family members. So you gotta be compensated. You gotta be compensated. You understand? Now I know you don't like the way I'm saying it, but I'm saying it like it is. Because I don't care whether you like how I'm saying it or not. I deal with reality. I don't deal with spookism. Okay? So you're accustomed to TD Jake, homo. What's he doing for the people? Just robbing the hell out of them. John Alston, what are he doing? Nothing, just robbing the people. Because those so-called leaders, the political leaders and so forth in their area, they don't care about the people, because they sell the people one thing: a Bible or a Quran. You don't need no damn Bible. You need a daycare center. Bibles don't build daycare centers. Construction builders build daycare centers. Okay? Construction builders build affordable houses. Okay? When they make that design, I did architect. I mastered architect. Mechanical joint architect with the building of houses and so forth. So I know about architect. And when you're doing architect and setting those diagrams and so forth, there ain't no Bible there. Ain't nothing but mathematics. Mathematics. That's what the builders use. Mathematics. Okay? So that's what Buffalo needs to be done. And you can do it with no problem. Just come together. Remember what I'm saying. Let them preachers know they are responsible. You know why they're responsible? Because they never did the damn thing in the first place. One supermarket. Now you got to shuttle people out in different areas to come back, to get groceries to come back. And you preachers collected money every Sunday, sometimes twice a week. Where's the money? Where is the money? But money didn't spend on your low-life activities. You got it in your slave master's bank. All your leaders out there. In your slave master's bank. If you don't believe it, run a check on where your checks is being deposited and see if it's not in the slave master's bank. Okay? And the priest gets paid to keep you asleep. They get paid to keep Jesus in your face, who's been dead for 2,000 years. They get paid to keep the Bible in your face under the heading of tax exempt. That's why they don't have to pay no taxes. So not paying no taxes and giving you, and you give them that, and they're collecting charity, donations, contributions, and offerings. They're rich. Where's the money? He gets his big house, gets his car, 2 cars. He even buy houses for his outside whores that were made in America. I always got to say made in America because they didn't come here like that. They've been got like that since they've been here. You understand? You understand? The money's in the bank. So tell them go draw it out and start construction tomorrow for the supermarket. That's greatly needed. Affordable houses, greatly needed. Daycare center, greatly needed. A laundromat, not 2 machines, a block long, 20 machines. Wash and dryers. Beauty salon. Black women like to look good. Fine, nothing wrong with that. Both to look good. You're beautiful anyway. The brother, he wants to look nice too. So he got to have a barbershop. Okay? How did Master Farah Muhammad come? Clean shaven, hair neatly trimmed, civilized, cultured, and refined, highly intelligent. How did the messenger roll? Clean shaven, hair neatly trimmed, high, civilized, culturally refined, and highly intelligent. What about Khalid? What about the minister? Look at them, clean shape. That's civilized, culturally refined. This is 2022. As you move on, you add on. What do you add on? You add on your culture, your appearance, your intelligence. Everything goes to another level on a civilized, culture, and refined level. Just basic common sense. Look how I roll. Neatly trimmed. I don't need no hair. I used to wear a process down to my shoulders. I cut that mess off. Okay? And I bathe 2, 3 times every day. Sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. All depends on how many times I'm in and out the house. But my point is, this is stay focused. Don't let nobody get away with not doing nothing. That's the point. Hold it right there. When you talk to that preacher, we want a supermarket with our money. We want a daycare center with our money. We want a senior citizen center with our money. Up-to-date senior. And another thing about these senior citizen centers, they all need to be updated. Fresh paint, all modern equipment. Because when a senior citizen goes to the senior citizen center, and they're supposed to be just comfortable in the center, they're in their house with their money. You mean tell me a person worked 30 and 40 years, a senior citizen, and they got to go to a dilapidated building center to communicate with other senior citizens? No. The senior, go to the white neighborhood and see how them senior citizens, them centers look. All senior citizen centers should be upgraded on a modern, up-to-date level with quality food, which means no pork. If you're in a senior citizen center and they're serving pork, you tell them to get that garbage out of there. Look at your senior citizen center. You need a fresh paint job? Tell them. We want a fresh paint job here. We want decent chairs. We want a big TV, whatever, so we can keep with world news. Want chess tables and chess tables and checker tables and chess and so forth for different activity. A pool table. Some brothers like to play pool at 60 and 70 years old. The senior citizen is supposed to be just as comfortable as a senior citizen in a senior citizen center, just like they were when they was working, while you blood suckers was scheming to get in position so you can rob them and prevent them from having the comfort of the rest of their life as a senior citizen. That's why I call you blood lying, two-hasted blood suckers, 10% blood suckers. Every senior citizen center every senior citizen, when they go to a center, that center should be on a luxurious, comfortable level with the money that they paid in all the 30 and 40 years of working. That money should make the center that they attend on a comfortable level, an atmosphere where the senior citizen don't mind coming down to the center. And quality food. Upgrade those senior citizen centers and make sure you have quality food. When I say quality food, no pork. If you so-called leaders want to eat pork, live in your damn house and eat it till you die with your arthritis and your rheumatism and all that other garbage that you got, all them other sicknesses that you got. Don't have it in the senior citizen center, and have a kitchen in every senior. Let the food be cooked in the center. Jews don't eat leftovers. So why do senior citizens have to eat leftovers? Sometimes you send food to the senior citizen, dated 5 days backwards. Why don't you eat it? Or you officials, or you preachers, and you political leaders, politicians. Why don't you eat outdated food? Give it to your family. Instead of bringing it in the ghetto, send it to the suburban area, to your community. In your community, feed your community. Anytime you want to send garbage to the Black community, take that garbage and send it to your own community and bring ship quality food in the Black community. Times has changed. And the only way you're going to have a civilization, you better change. Else you ain't going to have no civilization at all. Because a change not is coming. A change is here. A change is here. And you're not going to be able to enjoy whatever you think, whatever level you think you're on, if you don't do justice to the grassroots. And remember, it took many years to build Rome. Rome came down in one day. So you better wake up, stop being stupid, egotistical and macho and all that, and think you know everything, and think you got like this and got like that. You better wake up. Because like I said before, Almighty God Allah has angels direct from him all over the country. And these angels don't even know that they're the angels of Allah and controlled by Allah. They don't even know they're angels themselves until a certain point in time. And this is the actual fact. I don't care if you believe it or not. This is the actual fact. You know, all I do, a shortage in the atmosphere. And the angels come right in to the reality of what their mission is for what they're supposed to do. This is the actual fact. Don't you gotta believe what I said? I don't deal with education. I deal with, okay? Meditation, concentration, revelation. I come with revelation. I don't come with no education. Because education did a damn thing. All you doctor's degree, master's degree, social degree, doctor's degree, man, look at you. You sit there in church and the preacher making an ass out of you and you got a doctor's degree. Taking your money, putting himself in heaven. And let me explain what heaven is, because for some of y'all don't know. The best of food, the best of clothing, the best of shelter, the best of transportation, and the best of transportation and a vacation. That's what these leaders do, but you can't afford to do it. You know why? Because they're robbing you. Their wife got a mean coat. Your wife's coat is polyester. They drive Mercedes and Rolls Royces. You got a Metro card, but you giving them your money. Okay. Back to the little white devil. Let justice, show justice. Hey, look at that. Show justice. Look at that. Now, you're supposed to feel sorry for a piece of garbage when you know there's only one place for garbage, and that's the garbage can. You need a jury for that. Here somebody can murder 10 people, shoot 13, kill 10. Now you need a judge and a jury for that? For that? Now you're going to waste the people's money, taxpayers' money, which is the poor people's money. Jury, trial, all that. Mental institution, watch him 24 hours a day, all that. A waste of money. That money can go and build a supermarket. And just give him justice. You murdered, now you should be murdered by the system. You're not above the law because you're white. You're not above the law because you're 18. If you commit murder 18, you're supposed to die at 18. It's just simple. Execution. Immediately. Now to my beloved brother, Malik Shabazz, I hear you coming in for June 9th. And you will be successful in establishing a chapter for the new Black Panther Party because the young brothers is ready. That incident, Buffalo, of that little devil murdering innocent people was a wake up call for Buffalo. Buffalo will never be the same. Buffalo will never be the same. If the old ones feel sorry, the young ones, they woke. It will never be the same. Okay. I wish you well. Hopefully, I'll probably come up there and say, hey, I always enjoy your lectures and the work you're doing as far as elevation, education elevation for the young generation. You're doing a very good job. All throughout the southern states, all over the country, you're doing a good job. And the same work that you're doing, FOI should be out there doing the same thing. Now, some areas they are doing a good job. I got to give them credit for that. But it should be all over. All over. Although that's under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. When you're under the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he already explained to us what to do, what need to be done for us to establish freedom, justice, and equality in America. And he also made plain that you have a choice, two directions in front of you, which is separation or death. And on that Netflix documentary, he made it plain to the world. And that Netflix documentary is being shown in 190 countries. 190 countries, 7 days a week. 24 hours, 56 minutes, and 46 seconds a day. Okay? In all different languages. It's there. Okay? And being that Malcolm's birthday, although that didn't tune in on it, has tuned on it. So the volume of focusing in on it and watching it has gone over and over thousands, millions. It's going into the millions. Going to the millions. Okay? All right. And all those that wants an understanding of these teachings, you can just go to my website, Melchisedek Supreme, Universal Supreme ShabazAllah.com. Universal Supreme ShabazAllah.com. Go there, make a printout copy of all those lessons, all the publications, everything is available for you. So there's no excuse for you not having the thorough knowledge of yourself. And always remember, Almighty God Allah came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Okay? And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last, greatest, and only messenger. Okay? And all white people is the devil by nature, made to be destroyed and not to be given another chance. That's the platform of the Nation of Islam. Okay? And he also made it plain, leave my teaching as it is. Don't change my teachings. Okay? Now, if you want to teach something else, put your name on it. But don't say it's the messenger's teachings. I love you. I respect you. Baba, I'm open up for questions. Anybody got a question? I'm ready. Come on with it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Melchisedek, thank you for those jewels. Woo! I just want to say before you take a few questions, my attorney Shabazz will be in Buffalo Saturday, June 4th from 4 to 8 at Dr. Martin Luther King Park in Buffalo, New York. Public meeting. You can text him at 202. The number right there, family, is the only number that's incorrect is the 0. It's 699-1046. Area code 202-699-1046. And you can text Attorney Shabazz if you have any questions for him about
Okay,
what's coming
Baba.
up. Yes, sir.
And let me make this plain to the audience. Everybody that's listening, I take full responsibility of what I say. Okay? I don't change what I say. What I say today, I'll say tomorrow. I take full responsibility. Okay? And my final statement. What should be done? He should be executed. The system, the law system, the law should execute him immediately and stop wasting the taxpayers' money on a piece of garbage that needs to be in the garbage can. Because you have to set an example so it won't be no copycat. So his actions won't encourage other ones of his age to do the same thing. And let the execution be publicized. Yeah, put it on TV, just like you advertise and everything else. Advertise him being executed by the law. By the law. Okay? Remember that. Execution publicly, where the world can see it, in accordance with the law, immediately. Peace. Okay, I'm open for questions. Anybody got a question? Come on out. Don't be hiding behind closed doors like little girls, little punks, little sisters, no courage, weak-minded, programmed, henpecked Negroes. And when I say Negroes, that means regardless of color, creed, or religion, or everybody. I'm ready. Come on with it.
Okay, the first question is, who killed Clarence 13X?
Nobody has the knowledge of the murder of Clarence 13X because nobody was arrested for that. But he was set up. There's no way somebody had to know what time he was going to visit his family like he always did. He was on the move, on the run, and not on the run, but had to move around because a lot of people wanted to take his life because him revealing the truth to the young brothers. They had a problem with that, okay? But there was no one ever arrested for that. There was no one caught. There was no actual facts of who actually is responsible for setting him up. He was set up because no way you can know a man's going to visit his family at a certain time in a certain place without somebody having knowledge of that. Okay, so nobody knows. I never heard of anyone being arrested or charged with that situation. But check this out. That was the worst thing they did. Because now he got the nation out there. The average youth out there is a 5% or a garden earth. The prison system is filled with them. That's the breeding center. I know, because I'm sending lessons all over the different penal institutions. Took 5%. I want my father's teaching. I want the lessons. I want this. I want the mathematics. It's all over. And you've heard me say more than once, the nation of Islam is not going nowhere without the gods and earths. Get that in your head, nation of Islam. And the gods and earths is not going nowhere without the nation. Get that in your head. You understand? They're going together. Either they're going up together or down together, but they're going to be together because that's the only two nations that deal with universal, divine, supreme knowledge of the true and living God who came in the person of Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. And this is what got the whole Arab world shook up. You know what got them all shook up, got the world shook up? That the black man is God. And the gods and earth been running that ever since 1974. 1964. Black man is God. And I put them lessons all over the world. You go to my website, Universal Supreme Shabazz Allah, and see if you don't see the 120, the whole package, and other plus lessons to go with it. And plus lessons came from the Department of Supreme Wisdom under the teaching of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And that's why some gods don't have it. Some brothers don't have it. Sometimes they don't understand what we're talking about. You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, because you got God major, God minor. Listen to this. God minor and God major. God minor believes. It's easy to leave in the wrong direction, hard to leave in the right direction. God major knows. Okay? And they know that direction. And the direction is the universal universal, supreme, almighty God, Shabazz Allah. That's God major. Okay? Next.
Okay, yes, sir. Did the messenger teach that Israel was a good or holy name?
Israel, Hebrew, and Shabazz means the same thing. Now you go to the lesson, I think it was the great understanding, I think it is. The great understanding. It explains that. It's all the same. Israel is Shabazz. Shabazz is Israel. Hebrew is Shabazz. And God is Shabazz is God. And God means power and force. All those righteous names, all those holy names in Bible or Quran is all about Shabazz. It's all about Shabazz. Just different headings. Just like some people call me Melchisedek. Some people call me Shabazz. Some people call me High Priest. You understand what I'm saying? Some people call me Allah. All the same person. Okay? The Bible only deals with two individuals, God and the devil, Satan and Allah, black and white. Okay? And all you Puerto Ricans out there, no disrespect. You're black. Stop with that. I'm Puerto Rican. You know what's that thing? Puerto Rican. Okay? Okay? I'm Hispanic. No. You're black. Hispanic, that's a language. Puerto Rican is an island. You're black. So stop that foolishness. And anytime you want to know who you are, go ask one of them Jews with the curls. And they'll tell you. And all you Negroes out there, you Christians and Negroes, all these different organizations and so forth. Anytime you want to know who you are, go ask one of them Jews with the black hat and the curls. And they will tell you, you are Shabazz, the lost found nation of America in the wilderness of North America, called so-called Negroes, is the God tribe, universal God tribe, Shabazz Allah. And don't you ever forget that. Brother said, no, I'm Hassan. I said, Hassan what? Oh, I'm Hassan. I don't know. I said, you Hassan, Shabazz Allah. You Hakeem, Shabazz Allah. Okay, you Rashan, Shabazz Allah. You are Shabazz Allah, whether you know it or not, and whether you like it or not. And anybody who think they not got a problem with Shabazz Allah, it's because you're not Shabazz Allah. And that's why you don't fit in. So now you're gonna act like Shabazz Allah. Shabazz built the world, brother. Who built the planet 66 trillion years ago? Shabazz. Well, why did he blow up the planet? He rebelled. He didn't rebel. Who told you that? Shabazz got dissatisfied. Why did he get dissatisfied? Because he wanted all the other gods to speak the same language. Because everybody wanted to speak a different dialect. Shabazz says, no, there's only one way we can understand each other. It's one dialect. What was the name of the dialect? The name of the dialect that Shabazz wanted everybody to speak was what? Freedom, justice, and equality. Look at the world today. Everybody wants to speak a different language. The Shabazz was saying, ain't but one, what the message said, ain't but one language. Freedom, justice, and equality. And if the world don't get into freedom, justice, and equality, Shabazz gonna blow it up again. In fact, they're blowing it up now with your rain, your hail, your snow and earthquakes, and all that stuff. Who do you think is doing that? Jesus? Moses? Huh? Elva and Hubbard? Shabazz! Shabazz means God. God is power and force, and the only one that has the power, the universal power and force, is Shabazz Allah, because Shabazz Allah is the universal most high God. Jackass! Deal with reality and stop playing. You can't change this. You can't change it. Look at me. I stand in front of the world. 1 foot on land, 1 foot on the sea. Melchisedek, supreme, Shabazz Allah. The high priest of the nation of Islam. Why are you the high priest? All I do is collect the universal knowledge, preserve it, protect it, and distribute it amongst you jackasses, and you got a problem with that? What's your problem? You scared of your own universal identification? The messenger told you every time you see a black man, you're looking at God. Why can't you accept that? Because you will let some Johnny come lately try to misdirect you because he ain't God? No, black man's God. White man's the devil. Okay? And you can't do nothing with Shabazz. Shabazz is the universe. The mind of Shabazz is the universe. And the universe is the mind of Shabazz. Because everything that's in the universe is in the mind of Shabazz. Because the mind produces the universe. Next.
There is no next, Mel. Well, I have a question. Even though you broke it down, but I just want to deal with the one title. My question is breakdown, because somebody asked me the other day, break down the name the name Melchisedek.
I just told you. Melchisedek, Supreme Shabazz Allah, is one who collects all of the universal knowledge he possibly can, preserve all of the knowledge, protects all of the knowledge, and distributes it amongst the people. Like I said, I think in one of my interviews, let me tell you the three most dangerous men. Because I'm so dangerous, I scare some of y'all. I know that. With the truth. Now, the three most dangerous men is the rich man who shares his wealth with the poor man. Okay? And the wise man, like me, the wise man who shares his wisdom with the ignorant. And the one who the revelation is revealed. That one is the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because he shared the universal knowledge that he received from the universal Most High God. He shared that with us. I've been doing this, sharing this for over, 62 years. Those lessons you got, I've been making them available for over 62 years. Now, Clarence 13X started it. Give credit where credit is due. He came out first with those lessons, the original lessons. Now, some of y'all drew up your own understanding and you start making lessons. I'm talking about the original lessons. Okay? He was the one that started it. And I bear witness to him. Okay? And love him and respect him. And kept it going after he left, when he went home. Everybody out there know that. You ain't got nobody on earth put more of those lessons out there than me. I put them lessons out all over I flooded New York. And all over the country. And then I put on the worldwide internet. It's been on the worldwide internet, the 120, all the lessons, been on the worldwide internet for 22 years. And still on there. You know about Yaku? The whole history of Yaku is on the worldwide internet. You know how many white people have read that already? They ain't complaining about it because they know it's true. You got websites. You got websites and Facebooks and YouTube and all that. How come you don't put it on there? Or you so-called believers. I told y'all before that YouTube and Facebook and internet should be flooded with the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You take nice pictures, but you don't say a damn thing. Put the lessons on there. I don't own no lesson. I just make it available. Those lessons, what it said? Supreme wisdom from Master W.D. Farad Muhammad. Lessons that he gave to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad for the lost foundation of Islam in America. I don't own it. It belongs to all of y'all. Everybody in America, every black man in America is supposed to have those supreme lessons. Well, how they gonna have it if you don't keep it available? And the queen that set up that website put it up there for me. Type rule was Queen Sakia Rafika Shabazz. Queen Sakia Rafika Shabazz. And she has a powerful program down in Richmond, Virginia, as I'm talking to you, for over 20 years, called United Parents Against Lead Poison. And when these houses down there is we got the lead poison, they pull them out that house, put them in another house, go in there, repaint, clean up that house from the lead poison, and then move the families back in. She's been doing that for over 20 years. Queen Rafika Shabazz. Queen Sakia Rafika Shabazz. And you go get the book of The Woman in Islam, What's the Duty of the MGTGCC? Her portrait's in that book. Because I wasn't going to let you Christian-minded Negroes forget about that. I give everybody their credit. Queen William Muhammad, the queen of the bean pie in New York, had, I think, 6 to 12 brothers working for her with the bean pies 7 days a week, full time. The other one was Malika Khadija Shabazz, the legal name change. Most of all the people in New York, they got their legal name changed. Not say it was changed, legal name change on their documentation. She's the one that established that in New York. Malika Khadija Shabazz. Okay. And the other one, Jocelyn Ruth Fatima Muhammad Shabazz Allah, my wife, a herbologist. Okay. She's the one that got the cure now of what's the name of it? The virus prevention. Go on her page, Kai and Hell. Jocelyn Ruth Fatima Muhammad Shabazz Allah. She got a cure for the virus prevention. What Allah blessed her with was the science to produce. You take this, I think it's a tablespoon a day or whatever, to prevent you from getting the virus. Jocelyn Ruth Fatima Muhammad Shabazz Allah. Go get the book. She's in there. You want to get in touch with her? Phone number's there and everything. See, I say all this here because see these Negroes, these envious, jealous Negroes who are always trying to keep these things away from the masses. I put it out there so the masses can see it for themselves and not get caught up in that spookism because somebody else disagreed, they disagree. Somebody else disagreed, the hell with them. You agree. If somebody else says no good for them, the hell with them. If you know it's good for you, you accept it for yourself. Because you ain't got but one life to live, and that's your life. Can't nobody live your life but you. So you don't follow what somebody say do. You follow what's best for you. And anytime you don't follow what's best for you, you's a jackass. Anytime you don't follow what's best for you, you's a jackass. The hell with what somebody else said. The hell what I said. What's good for you, that's what you do. And you will know what's good for you because you're going to progress. You're going to see results. Okay? Progress, see results, and benefit. You will know. Anytime you don't see progress, results, or benefits, you ain't doing the right thing for yourself. Because there's no way you can do the right thing for you and you don't progress, see results, okay, and benefits. Okay? Next. You may tell them, ain't nobody out there going to challenge the high priest. Let me tell you, everything I'm saying is right and exact. And you know it's true.
Melchizedek, I just want to say, I don't want to forget this. I haven't said it in a while, but it's just as true today as it was the first time I said we want to give thanks always to Harlem. Harlem is our Mecca. We want to give thanks to Harlem. When you listen to Melchizedek, you listen to Harlem. Melchizedek is Harlem. Harlem is Melchizedek. So we want to thank Harlem. Thank you, Harlem, for giving us Melchizedek. Thank you, Harlem. Thank you very much, Harlem. Every time Harlem get on here, boy, Harlem don't take no. They give it to you straight. If it's one thing I know about Harlem, thank you, Harlem. Thank you. And we don't have no division. Yes, Medina. Thank you, Brooklyn. And I'll be coming to Brooklyn soon.
You been there. We did an interview on Jamaica Avenue. And we did one in Chinatown. Remember you and I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chinatown, Jamaica Avenue. You go all over. Barber's international.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I try not to be tribalized. You taught me well.
Yeah. But Barber, it's just true. You see, you got to, like the message said, be firm and direct with the truth. Don't teach that watered down truth. Because watered down make you weak. And I'm going to tell you something else. That Orthodox Sunni Islam, if you want to get weak, keep your face in that Quran. You'll be so weak, humble, and submissive. The only two things you'll know what to do is get on your hands and knees, look at the floor, and look at the man in front of you behind. But you won't be making no progress. And another thing, this is these Sunnis and Orthodox. They go to now the Arab world, the whole Muslim world knows the situation of Black America. They know that, and they got the money. Excuse me, and they got the money to uplift the civilization. They have the money to rebuild every ghetto in America and still have money left. And all that money over there don't even belong to them. That's our money. We are the original man, the owner, the maker, the cream of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe. Them devils over there in Mecca, they only been there 5,400 years. Because 5,400 years, that's when they came back from the island of Pilan, from Patmos or Pilan. 5,400 years ago, they came back because it took 600 years to graft them. Okay, so when they came back, the brothers, like they're doing today, all you brothers out there, y'all want a white girl. So the brothers got attracted to the white devils, female devils, and the sisters got attracted to the male devils. And they start intermingling, creating confusion, fighting, and all that kind of stuff, and maybe confusion in the Holy Land. And that's when Shabazz round them all up. They said, wow, the Holy Land, we never had this problem until these devils, these unalike Caucasians came into the Holy Land. So they round them all up, all of them back they can find. And they ran them across the Arabian desert, high noon, hot. Only thing they had on was like a lamb skin. Everything else, they stripped them of everything, okay? And ran up into the caves of Europe. Now, so eventually, because it's all written to take place, eventually they start weaning the black ones out of the Holy Land. And that's how the Caucasian, no such thing as the white man, it's Caucasian. And that's how the Caucasian got a little foothold there. But it ain't their land. Their land is the Caucasus Mountain. Okay? The Caucasian race only got one home, and that's the Caucasus Mountain. And they was there for 2,000 years until Moses was given the mission to go up there and civilize them. Okay? Now, all these brothers in America, all part of the world, you go to Mecca and you pray with billionaires. I'm going to deal with the black ones here in America. Billionaires. And they won't even give you car fare to come back home. And the only way you can get $2 from them, guess what? You got to get down on your hands and knees, make salat and rakats and all them, and praise, praise Prophet Muhammad of 1400 years ago. 1400 years ago. You got to praise him as the last, greatest, only message, only prophet of Allah to get $2. If you don't get down on your hands and knees and accept their way of life, you ain't getting nothing, and you know it. So if you got $2, it's because you bow down to the Arabs, the same ones that's selling alcohol, drugs, and pork and tobacco in your country right now. And on Friday, that you call Juma prayer, you down there praying with them. And after prayer, you go right to the store and continue selling your people alcohol, drugs, pork, and tobacco. Okay. Even during your month that you call Ramadan, that you just finished, your holy month. Here is your holy month, you Arabs and you Negro jackasses. You down your hands and knees doing with them, during their holy month, and during their holy month, they selling you alcohol, drugs, pork, and tobacco to your people, and you praying with them, and they don't give a damn about you. They don't invite you to their mosque. And if you do go, they start speaking the language you don't understand. And what they be saying is, they wish you get the hell out of there, but you don't understand it because they said nothing. Look how stupid you are. Here you go. Almighty God, Allah, come to America and bring you supreme wisdom. And you want to let a desert rat direct you from supreme wisdom into a mystery God teaching that don't exist? When you got the supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding from the universe, the most high God, that the black man is God. How dumb can you get? You're sickening. You're sickening. What did the message say? Message to the black man in America. He didn't say Arab. I'll say that's right. To America, the black man in America, the so-called Negro, the fall of America to the so-called Negro, the supreme wisdom to the so-called Negro, theology of time to the so-called Negro. But, you don't want to be that. You don't want the true knowledge of yourself to bring you back into the realization and the communication, the direct communication with the universal Most High God. You want to go worship a little boy called Prophet Muhammad, little white boy. Got to call it 40. Died at 63. Mental collapse. Heartbroken. Because he came to the reality of the fact he couldn't teach. He couldn't teach the black man was God because he was the devil. And the man you call Prophet Muhammad didn't teach black people. He taught white people. He taught Caucasians. He didn't teach no black people. Or what about Bilal? Bilal taught him. He didn't even know how to pray. That's why they had Bilal praying. Don't know the call to prayer. Whatever he knew Islam he knew of, he got that from Bilal. Because the slaves always teach the master, because the master don't know a damn thing, but they always have one of those slaves to share their culture or way of life with them, even down there on the plantation. Okay? And guess what this? Jesus didn't teach black people either. The Jesus you talking about? He taught Jews. He didn't come to you. He came to the Jews. And who murdered him? The Jews. He was murdered. And he didn't rise up and go to no heaven. Well, where's he at, high priest? He's right there in Egypt, in a glass tomb that the Egyptians, Jerusalem, in a glass tomb filled with embalming fluid that lasted for 10,000 years. And you can go there. You got to pass by the Pope, give him $6,000. All the high Shriners know about that because they go and get it, but they don't come and tell you. And when you go in the room where the tomb is at, he's there. Just like he was when he left. Black. But they got mirrors set up. You're going to see his reflection, but you don't know which one is the original body because of the different reflections of the way they got set with the mirrors. So if you say, well, that's it. No. You don't know which one is the body, but you do see the reflection of his body. And it costs 6,000 years to go there. And the ones who go there is the white Shriners. Okay, the Muslim sons. If they get their 33 degree, 33 and a third. The 33 is the degree, and then the third is those who took the trip. Okay, and you see what I wear. You see my crown. I wear Allah, sun, moon, and star. Islam, I go in any house and get respect. And that's on my driver's license, security license, all over. All my identifications got my crown. Everybody know they see my driver's license, the same crown I wear on my head. Allah, sun, moon, and star, Islam is on my driver's license, brother. And wherever I go, put my identification there, I get top respect. Okay? You don't know how powerful this teaching is because you following jackasses who don't have no understanding, who lack understanding. Follow the messenger's teachings. That's the power. The messenger's teachings, word for word, right and exact. Don't add to it. Don't take away from it like he said it. That's the power. You think I could be out here doing all I do? If I didn't have divine powers with me? Divine powers surround you when you stay focused on the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, because that's where the divine power comes from and is in his teachings. So when you carry his teachings into practice, you're surrounded by the powers. I remember one time I was going through it, starting at a show, and I told you, I didn't have to tell you, I told you anyway, that the Homeland Security had called me. Brother said, oh, he must be an agent. I'm an agent. For the Homeland Security call. Well, Mel said, what do you talk about? Hey, I ain't got nothing to talk about. This the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And don't be surprised, they'll be calling me to Washington, D.C. Because you know that mother plane, the UFO and all that out there? The book is coming with the whole history. Baba, post that flyer of the book all over.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Of the mother plane.
Okay.
That's coming. The whole history that y'all think is a mystery. They know about it. Now they're concerned about it because they're seeing it more often now. You say, well, Melchisedek, so why are you going to make it available to them? They already know about it. Because when they locked the messenger up years ago, when put him in prison, they went and took all of his lessons, all material, and made copies, and he had the whole blueprint of the mother plane. They even took that, and they never gave that back. They gave back the lessons, everything else. But the sketch of the mother ship, they never gave that back to him. They got it. So if you see me up there kicking it, oh, Melchisedek must have got paid. Y'all are so stupid. You're so stupid. Don't you know wisdom is more powerful than money? If I told you, jackass, the money that I've been offered, they want to buy my website. They want to buy my storage. I got a storage, man, loaded with all that. They want to buy the whole thing. Because I'm going to put up a museum with everything in there. For the world. It should have been done, but cheap, lack of understanding, jackass niggas ain't did it yet. but it's going to be done. Where you can walk in there and see and have mannequins of the messenger and the savior. Okay, it's going to be done. I want to do it on 125th Street. Allah going to bless me to do it. It's going to be done. Anytime you want to do the right thing, Allah is with you. And as long as in accord with the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And I don't need no goddamn permission what I do. I do what the hell whatever Allah tell me to do, that's what I do. I don't give a damn who like it or don't like it. Don't make no difference to me. I do whatever, when I wake up in the morning, whatever Allah wants me to do, that's what I do, and don't give a damn who like it or don't like it. It's just that simple. Now I want to finish up that little white devil, that little snake of the grafted type, who was raised and programmed to murder, premeditate murder, poor, innocent black people. The law should destroy him. Gas chamber, lynch him, put in a bottle of gasoline, strike the damn match. The law, he should not get away. He should die just like he murdered people. Then he should be murdered by the law. Make that plain. The law. He should be the same way. He should not live another day. He should be executed according to the law, publicly, on TV, so the world can see it as a witness to remove the thought that other little white snakes have in their mind. Okay? Destroy him. He's not worthy to live another day. The law. It's your responsibility to destroy that low-life garbage can snake of the grafted type. Assalamu alaikum. There's no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last and greatest messenger. I also bear witness that all white people is the devil by nature, made to be destroyed and not to be given another chance. And if any black person disagree with that, it's because you're still brainwashed, misled, deaf, dumb, and blind by your slave master.